Tired of being stuck but overwhelmed of trying to be perfect? Don't worry, in this community, we understand that nobody is perfect. But if we can find the right mindset, tools, and community, making progress is inevitable. And at the end of the day, progress is what brings us happiness and contentment. What is up, guys? Welcome down to this video, and in this episode we're gonna take a look at what are the life lessons that we can derive from the life and career of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, for those of you who don't know who he is, I'm sure you've seen him in any bodybuilding magazine, article, website, podcast, whatever it is that speaks about bodybuilding, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is known for the bodybuilder that he became, but he's also known as a Hollywood actor. You've probably seen him in films like The Terminator, Commander, or Predator, just to name a few. Now, from that point forward, he even went on to become the governor of California in the United States of America. So he's achieved quite a bit in his lifetime. And usually, when you look at people who've achieved greatness or given greatness to the world, you understand that they have some kind of structure, some kind of order, some kind of discipline that they live by. So in this episode, let's take a look at what Arnold calls his 6 rules for success. Rule number 1, have a vision. You might have heard of the famous saying that the enemy of greatness is good. And what this really means is that a lot of us settle for being good. We're okay with being good, right? And we don't really chase that greatness because it comes at a cost. But if you look at people like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Richie McCaw, Kumar Sangakkara, Steve Jobs, anyone who has excelled and achieved the pinnacles in their fields, they are people who had a vision. They were vocal about it. They knew what it was. They were after it, planning, all right? But in order for you to be able to plan, in order for you to understand what you need to be doing, what you need to be reading, where you need to be going, whom you need to be hanging out with, what you need to be saying no to, you have to have a vision of who you want to be and what exactly you want to achieve. Now, Arnold's second rule is do not listen to the naysayers. Now, I was reading this book a few hours ago, and what I realized was Simon Sinek in The Infinite Game talks about how Microsoft made fun of Steve Jobs at the initial stages when he would talk about his vision, when he would talk about the products that he would bring to the world. And today, Apple is known as the most valuable brand in the world, the second most valuable company in the world. And I highly doubt Steve Jobs paid attention to the naysayers, because if he did, Apple would not be the brand and the company that it is today. Now, I know that each and every one of you watching this has a vision, has a goal, has a dream, has an inner calling. And I promise you that when you start embarking on this journey, the naysayers will come. They will tell you it cannot be done. They will tell you you don't have what it takes. They will tell you it's not the best thing. It's not the right time. The economy isn't right. Your geography isn't right. Where you live isn't right. 101 reasons as to why it will not work. And when you hear the naysayers, remember that Arnold did not listen to the naysayers. Rule number 3, work your butt off. Work your butt off, right? This is so common. We hear this so often. But at the same time, when we see people like Arnold, we hear people come up with excuses like, he was at the right place at the right time. He had the height. Maybe he had a broad frame. And maybe all of that is true. But when Arnold was in college, he used to work out 5 hours a day, every single day. He used to work in construction in order to be able to afford his bodybuilding dream, right? To nourish his body and do whatever else he needed to do to become the person he wanted to become. On top of all of this, from 8 to 12 in the night, he would go for acting classes because of the passion that he had to become an actor at some point in time. So before we credit it to his genetics, or before we credit it to the opportunities that he had, we need to look at how hard he actually worked in order to become who he has become. And this is why we say there's no magic pill. I always tell clients who come to me that if you're looking for quick results, if you're looking for a quick fix, I'm not the coach for you, because what comes fast goes fast. So remember, whatever it is that you're pursuing, you have to work your butt off. Now you can have the vision, you can ignore the naysayers, and you can work your butt off. But if nobody knows of you or what you are doing, chances are you're going to have a tough time finding the community that you need to go on this journey of greatness that you want to be going on. And that brings us to the fourth rule of Arnold, and that is advertise, right? Advertise. Now, I know this is a bit of a controversial area because people are going to be like, shouldn't others be telling us about, what we're doing and if we're good or not? Is it all right for me to talk about what I'm doing? I say, question your intention. If your intention in telling people about what you're working on, in what you're trying to achieve is to show off and to get some kind of fake recognition, well, then don't advertise yourself, right? But if your intention in telling people, letting people know about your vision, about your dream, about what you're working on is in order to get their support, to get their buy-in on this journey of greatness that you are on, then you need to go ahead and advertise yourself. This is exactly why non-profit organizations advertise themselves. They invest in PR, they invest in marketing, because if the world doesn't know about the good work that they are doing, if the world does not know of their existence, who, why, and how are people going to donate? How are people going to support that cause? So if you have something of value, and if you're on this journey of becoming great, make sure that you show the world the work that you are doing. And what better time to do that than the era that we are in now? We've got social media at our disposal, so let's put that to good use. Go on, show the world the work that you are doing. Rule number 5, do not fear failure. When Arnold wanted to become a bodybuilder, it was something that was frowned upon in the community that he was a part of. But he pursued his dream and he became a bodybuilder. Once he proved them wrong, he said, I want to become an actor in Hollywood. And then people said, you've achieved all of this success as a bodybuilder. Do you really want to risk failing by trying to become something that bodybuilders usually aren't? He proved them wrong too by risking his fame and success as a bodybuilder, chasing his next endeavor. He didn't stop there. Once he became an actor, he said, I want to become the governor of California. People were like, you know that you can't be an actor and a governor, right? And he was like, duh, I know that, right? But Arnold wasn't scared. He was not scared of failure, because he could have comfortably sat being an actor earning millions of dollars. But instead, he took the risk and he ran for governor and he became the governor of California. So if we look at these examples in the life of Arnold, we see that the only way he achieved the greatness, the only way he became the person he was, is he didn't settle at where he was. He wasn't scared of taking risks because he did not fear failure. So remember, if greatness is what you are after, do not fear failure. Now, the sixth and final rule, which in my opinion should even be rule number 1, is help others. All right, help others, because Arnold understood that if you are somebody who wants to become great, if you are somebody who wants to give greatness in the world, it's going to take more than one person. You're going to need an army of people who believe in your cause, who believe in your journey, who believe in the vision that you have. And the only way that you can build a sustainable community that supports you through your ups, through your downs, is if you provide value to their lives. All right, if you provide value to their lives, that's the only way you're going to earn their trust and their loyalty. That is why we are building this community here at Progress Not Perfect. I do my best to do this research to come to you guys and provide this information, because I know that if I can give value, if on my journey of trying to become the best version of myself that I can become, I can help you do that as well. I know that I'm not alone on this journey. So that is Arnold's sixth and final rule. Help others. All right, help others. I promise you guys, you cannot go wrong with this one. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if this added value to your life, even just a little bit, I would highly appreciate a sub in order to grow this community. Your support is what motivates me and helps me to keep going. And even if you do not want to subscribe, I would humbly ask you guys to at least share this video with 3 of your friends who would love to take their game to the next level. Remember guys, this journey is only worthy if I take each and every one of you with me. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace be upon you.